as people wanted to know more about the Bible course, as I said, now I'm in South Africa and hoping to give a lot of lectures on this subject. So this is why people really ask me more about the codes. They are not so familiar with them. So I will try to show you a list of important tables which will show you what are the codes and what they represent and where is the source of it and what is the purpose of it. So all of this you are going to see, and the most important definitely is that a lot of indications that those are codes, Bible codes, to do with Messianic code. As in many books is written, especially the book Kolator, the People's Vinagol, we bring a lot of sources which clearly indicates that the phenomenon of the codes and Kimata, all the things, will be very strong before the coming of the Messiah. So let us see now table by table, lot of tables, lot of material, but important is to understand people want to know more about it. So let us see what you have in this table. So the first thing you have here, first meeting of the words which are Messiah, code, and the most important is that it will be distributed, as we said. So we have here Messiah, Messiah, the code of Messiah will be distributed, and the Messiah that is connected with the codes is the son of Joseph, Messiah, son of Joseph. Now, the date when the research of the code started is here, 5736, 1976. This was the time that Professor Elia Rips and Don Wistung heard about the phenomenon of the codes, and they started researching it. So you have this here, Tavshil Lamed Vav. It was in 1976 when it started. Now what is really the Torah code based on? Skip of letters. So you have here the Hebrew word Dilu, the skip of letters, which is basically the codes, as we said, and you have here, it was really a great development on this year, 2021, that it came out very strongly. And also it is interesting that important stage in the distributing of the codes was on 5775-2015. Yeah, and this was really when it was distributed by very famous publication, producer of, unfortunately, passed away. It was Pinlight, this was Mr. Shaw, which unfortunately passed away, and he did great contribution to the Bible show from this year when the documentary came out. So Richard Shaw, he was this one who really gave a very important push to the distribution of the code, which you have here. Yeah, will be distributed, and the year that it was, and then the second of the documentary. Now let us see more tables. Also, very, very important, as the documentary was called Into Darkness, because the codes shed light of things which are going to happen. And this is why the documentary was called Into Darkness, Kes LaChoshech, and Kudim, and Rips definitely was very involved in this. And this clear indications that it considered with son of Joseph, what we saw before. Messianic call, here you have the word, the Messiah, HaMashiach, unbelievable. If you think to yourself, what can be the chance that once in the Torah into darkness with Kodim and with son of Joseph and rips and the Messiah, very, very statistical table. Let us see more. Okay, this is unbelievable table in which the story is interesting as Professor Rips wanted to know whether there is research of codes in the Torah. So he saw Cheker Kodim. Then he was amazed to see that there is the whole sentence which says Mi shechakar Kodim. He who researches the cause, Zacha, is a great merit. And this fits very much with what great Rabbi said, Shlomo Fisher, Tzal, Auerbach, many said it's a great mitzvah to distribute it. It's a great merit. By the way, here's the ephod, which clear indications we showed that the ephod was similar to the Bible code, also through letters indicating what is going to be. As we know, the ephod had Hebrew letters, and when the high priest had question, he went to the place to see the ephod, and then he asked the question, and the Hebrew letter was shining with the answer exactly like the Bible code. So, amazing sentence. He who researches Kodim Zacha, Kodim Apar Kabbalah, or code, basically to do the Messiah. Here is the word, or Asod, this is the light of the secret, all these are basic secret. And here you have the years when the research started, Professor Rips, and also Doron Witzum, 736, which is 1976. Amazing. Then we have here the story when the document is started on the year 5775 in 2015, and by pin lights, pin light, and it was really the 2 years that it came out in different editions, Matityahu 5775, 2015, and you have 2016, interesting, pin light, minimal in the Torah, also indicate to conserve with the ephod, and this was a pin light, really distributed it, the code Torah, the Torah code. And amazing, the verse comes here, which says the following, Yira'el ha'olam aseh Hashem, we show to the world the deeds of God. Unbelievable. Then, going more into it, so this is also End of Darkness, like the name of the documentary, to do with Messiah definitely. And then you have amazing, you have here that this have to do with the time of Messiah, which is Ed Ben Ishai, the son of Jesse this time. And again, the beginning of the documentary, the second edition was 5776, 2016. Then, let us see more to do with this. And here we have also very, very interesting, important, really, idea about the codes, which says the following. Once in the Torah, Kvod HaTorah, the owner of the Torah, because one of the purposes of the Bible code, Torah code, it is the honor of God, of the Torah, seeing how the Torah was the blueprint of creation. And most important, amazingly, ever twice son of Jesse, because to do Messianic code, son of Jesse, Ben Isha, very small skips, enough to do with the code. And again, you have the year when the research of the code started, 1976, 536, it's unbelievable. Again, strengthening the idea By the way, it's a very significant table because it appears in one book, Genesis, in few chapters. Let us carry on and see something more exactly the same idea, but it's clear you have honor of the Torah, and this is tracing the faith in God. And here you have the people who are involved in it, and you have Aralik, because he is really did a lot, because it is so interesting. Why I brought his name? Why not Richard? Why not Professor Reeves and others? Because you have here unbelievable phenomena. You can see here honor of the Torah, and you can see here the connection of Amada, the science, and Kabbalah. You have Kabbalah and Amada, science and Kabbalah, because very clear indication there's a phenomena of the codes, which you have here the codes. Accordim, unbelievable, the Kodim, which brings the face to the world, right? And connecting science and Kabbalah, and this Professor Aralik, you say here, Aralik coming next to you. This is really the year that the idea of the codes came was on 5/7/2012. This was the time that we met with Richard Shaw, and the idea of the codes came out, but practically it took a few years until it came as a documentary. So unbelievable table also to show connection with science and Kabbalah through the codes. Then you have something else very, very significant and interesting. And this is, you can see here, the thing is really years of redemption. So years of redemption also basically has to do with this phenomena, but it has to do much more with this, so let us go into other tables. And this one also had to do more with the Messiah, the coming of Messiah. And this one, which have to do with the codes. So you have here Sofen Mashiach, the code of the Messiah. So, as we said, Messianic code. Once the Torah thing comes with Vav, full writing of the code, Sofen Mashiach, and amazing, this is unbelievable. Rips Elijah, Rips Eliyahu. The smallest skip in the Torah of Rips Eliyahu, smallest skips of the Torah of codes of Messiah, Messianic code. What can be a better proof that the codes are Messianic codes? Then comes here the son of Jesse, definitely. Rips comes again. Very interesting. Was very involved. You have Matityahu here, maybe indicates to me because I work together with Rips, And the purpose of the cause repentance. Then you have clear indication that this year that we are now hoping that the cause will really have importance of strengthening the face of God. Emunah, this is the purpose of the cause. So hoping that this year, more and more the idea of the cause will come out, and here you have a very interesting skip of this year, with Tafshin Pe'alef 5/7/82 2022. And the face, here again you have indication to Reuben, interesting. Reuben, Professor Aralik, we have a lot even for the Torah course with Rips together. In fact, we did a book together. So let us carry on. And what we see here is again connection with the sons of Joseph, the Messiah. Okay, so do more with this here, not so much with the code, but it's interesting that all goes together. And this is also very interesting code, which fits with the idea. The Bible really says that in future the world will see clearly the greatness of the Hebrew language, the cause. So if you Iru Beberur, they will see clearly, the hidden code in the Torah. In the Torah, in my Torah, this God says, Rips comes here, the year 5736, and then you have, so then I explained what is the connection between Kes Shnatai Yamim, that it was the end of 2 years of Joseph in the prison. He came out, and it was the numerical value. I mean, not the numerical value, but the 2 years come to 5736. So clear indication, connection with Joseph, but this explain about it. Then here is the year of the documentary, I think it was the second edition, 5776, which was 1216. Then you have here the beginning, when you started the research. Again, you see it clearly here coming. Then, again, clearly seeing that the code is Sofen Mashiach, Messianic code. And amazing is the people who were involved. You have Doron Vissum, you had Elia Rips, what we saw before, and then you have what is really basically called skip of letter, unbelievable. What is the purpose of the code? The code, you have the word, to strengthen our faith in the Torah, in God, this is faith. Then, looking more, so this is what we saw already. And now what is the purpose of the code, which is Messianic code? And here you have the rips, but you have more words. You have in Doron, rips, right? And the purpose of it to strengthen the faith in Torah from heaven. So here what you have the words are Messianic, the code, which started on the research 5736, 1976 with Elia Rips with Doron. And the purpose is to strengthen the faith, Emunah, in the Torah from heaven. Amazing, this is the purpose of the cause, unbelievable. So, these are the tables you saw. You can go into it, the Shivas we are going into to see they are very statistical, very important, and then going together with a lot of signs that we are very, very close to the time of Messiah, because as many codes that I did indicates that we are very close to the time of Messiah. So all together, very important Bible code tables about what they are Bible codes.